Next article, man. Let's go ahead and check this out. Next article on the screen. Let's get it up here. Microsoft accounts can now fully go passwordless, or I think I read that backwards. Go fully passwordless. This is probably a great thing. As what the main crux of this is that now you don't necessarily need a password. You can use one of the variety of other options. In particular, the thing that I use frequently is the Microsoft Authenticator app. I have about like 3 different Authenticator app services that I use, but you can use the Microsoft one that comes with it. Essentially, it'll change the number every minute or whatever, and you just put that number in based on what minute it is, and that should get you in. You can also use Windows Hello, which is basically video, like a face unlock, similar like iPhone or something like that. It's not that good, but it's all right. Then they always had the thing which was the security key, where you can essentially put like a USB key, a programmed USB key into the computer and get in that way. But now I guess they also offering this SMS and email verification option just to get into your computer. I don't know how I feel about all this, because some of the stuff is cool if you don't have to be online, but something like the SMS and email verification, you gotta be online for that to always work, which means your computer always has to be connected to some type of Ethernet for that to work, or else it doesn't know that you logged in, and it doesn't know how to send you an email or SMS text. Right. So the only other option is just use a password like you always been doing, or maybe the Authenticator app. Like I said, Windows Hello isn't like iPhone, where the iPhone will scan your whole face. It'll actually get a 3D scan of your face and the dimensions and the size to say, is this really this person? Microsoft Hello is still like 2D face unlock. So you basically can hold up a HD picture and get that thing unlocked if need be. And it's really hard to keep people using the security key. I don't know too many people that
still use. I mean,
I had them for fun. Got one, put on my keychain. Somehow in my pocket, it broke.
But exactly. The same thing. I was the same thing happened to me. I had one of them joints when I was went for an old job I was working for. I mean, I was gonna say that like when I actually introduced, I said that I think it's a double-edged sword, because it gives people different options to be able to access, have the access point, for their computer. But like you said, is that some of those things you have to be online, and then it just boils down to so whenever convenience is born to deal with a certain issue, what you find is that most people, I'm speaking, I ain't no guru or nothing, but I'm just thinking to myself how the logic works is that it gives people an opportunity to kind of be lazy.
Yeah.
Right. And then, it's almost like some things are established because people are lazy, so it can become a cycle. Right. But, I think what people need to start doing, even myself, I'm tread lightly with these words, but I mean, what's going to say is what it is. We got to just become a little bit more vigilant with, establishing good passwords, because, for example, I had that option with, with my work computer, and even when we were going through the process of selecting different ways to, different, like the same exact scenario of different ways to be able to get into the computer. They said that be careful, because if you're not online, then you won't be able to log in. Like if you have like a SMS thing, or like a for instance, the email, like all that same methodology of being able to access your computer. I had that same. I was at that same presented that same opportunity, and of course, this makes sense that you want to be able to, when it comes to your personal machine, you always, regardless of what the situation may be able to have access to it, because you may not be online. I'm thinking, my mind's going to the action movie type of thing, where let's say that, there's some hacker guy, or even James Bond, they got to get into this computer. I don't know what mic.
Yeah.
And it's like, if the only way he got to be able to do it is he online, or I mean, he got to have access to this key you got to put into the joint. He fighting, throwing blows and all that stuff. Somebody snatches it up and crush it. you can't get to the thing to shut the bomb off.
Yeah,
Everybody dies.
exactly.
You know what I mean? So it's like it's just best to I think be able at the end of the day just have that remembered in your mind, or have something going where it's different things out there. This will actually be really dope. This part right here, I'm about to say, Mike, this actually be really dope to like have a plug for some type of ad. What I'm about
Yeah,
to say, where it's like you go into like the whole what's one of these services that handles
like brought to you by
yeah,
LastPass.
exactly. We go jump in and say this is why you need why you need to have LastPass. You know what I mean? Because you have this somewhere down the line, y'all be ready. Y'all going to see what's good. But
Yeah,
but this right by my point, I feel like it's at the end of the day just become a little bit more versed in with having your passwords. I know for older folks, like for people who are not completely tech savvy, that may be harder. I mean, shoot,
yeah,
maybe they even gotta have something on them where they, in there because they still be writing stuff down, have it written down like, oh, this is my password for this, and this. Because again, you don't want to be, although the internet and what is presented, the accessibility is great. Whenever you're in a dead spot where it's not available, you still want to be able to access, your technology.
yeah. I'm trying to figure out like face unlock for Apple must be patented by Apple because they have not. It's been about like 5 years,
That's
6
true.
years, and they still haven't like come out with a competitor to it yet.
Mm-mm.
Like face unlock works so well. That is, you look
Straight
at
up.
it once and unlock your stuff before you even get a chance to really realize that it's unlocking.
But sometimes that don't be looking at you and unlock. You be like
Yeah,
this, and then you hit
yeah.
unlock. Like, oh wait.
I mean, you can sit at you sit at the phone, you just see it unlock for no reason. You be like, what? I mean, it worked really well. And that type of technology, like you try it on Android, it does not work. It tell you, shake your screen a little bit. I mean, or like with the phone, like or Windows, it'll actually tell you to shake your head, like look to the left, look to the right, try to get those perspectives and whatnot. But I mean, by that time, you might not even want to be in the computer no more.
Right.
So like, there has to be a better option with like biometrics. I know fingerprint capabilities out there, but they rarely put them in like laptops and desktops and like keyboards or something because it's not like a standard. But iPhone kind of really has a lot when it comes to that face unlock capability. That's like the closest thing to using a fingerprint that when it comes to security. And it's probably I think it's kind of more secure than a fingerprint because you can fool a fingerprint. But it got to be patented by them because nobody else has come out with anything close.